Hello, welcome back to It Takes Forever to Load This Video Game. I'm Drunken Dan.
So I've expanded my collection of things this week. I got all of JoJo Part 3 on Blu-ray, so that's good. But yeah,
Oh,
mostly
nice.
I convinced myself, oh, you know what, I should get it because I really want to know what Jotaro's doing when suddenly half his face turned black. What is he doing when that happens?
Know.
I don't get it, but there is this like trail of smoke. I mean, you almost think he'd be smoking, but
maybe he's
no, I
sucking
can't
a big
see.
dick.
Can't tell what it is.
Maybe he's just sucking a big.
No,
dick.
it's not interspecies reviews.
Oh god, you know that? Oh, actually, because we can kind of transition into something very small, but I'm gonna kind of poke fun at a conversation.
Not interspecies reviews.
No, we're not talking about interspecies reviews.
So I'll just say all this like weirdly sexual things, like very small.
Oh my god, it was gonna be Persona 5.
Oh.
So, yeah, did you hear about it? The one scene they're adding they're changing the text on.
No.
Okay, so you remember? Okay, for those of you who this isn't really a spoiler, so who gives a shit?
Is this the Futaba? Wait, is it Futaba's like thing?
No.
Oh, they're not editing that one. Oh, okay, good. They're not gonna edit that real fucking creepy one.
Oh, because that didn't offend anybody.
They're going to be changing the text for the scene. You remember the two gay guys that basically kidnap Ryuji and do God knows what with him?
I mean, we don't know that they were gay.
Yeah, they were.
We don't know.
You can't feel it. I mean, you can't see it, but I hope the audience felt it. I just kind of like turned over at my microphone. Straight Man's not there. I can't see him, but I wanted everyone to feel what I did.
I mean, I try not to assume people's sexuality because I don't care about that sort of thing. But okay, fine, we'll be incredibly bigoted and just assume that they happen to be gay.
Jackass, we know that's what they were built for because the way Japanese characters are usually presented and created. So come on, knock it off. They weren't made to be subversive.
You say this as if Japanese characters who are like very obviously gay, like aren't immediately like no, but they're actually not. Like the second people go, but are they though?
No, those are female characters.
Those are female characters unless it's like fucking Sailor Moon where they're like, yeah, no, they're super gay.
Well,
or
I mean,
Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Or, you know, when it's Kanji when they were like, no, he's not gay actually.
Well, that was more of okay. So Kanji's story.
Yeah. I mean, but anyway, what's the thing that's actually get changed?
Oh no, I kind of want to mention the thing with Kanji because you brought that up because that's the thing that keeps popping up. So Kanji's story for those of you that keep so the thing that sucks is they did use gay imagery, but like the idea was he's a guy who because of society with like where they are with if you're a guy with, like, say, a quote-unquote feminine interest...
The problem is TV world. People who get stuck in the TV world and have their dungeon... Not necessarily what they think they represent inherently, but how they fear other people view them, or people...
Right.
So it's not the case, so it's like, Naoto is secretly transgendered, or wants to be transgendered. I mean, she might be. What it actually is the case is she's terrified of the idea that because she's of the feminine persuasion, people look down upon her. And it's like with Kanji, is that it's not necessarily that he is gay, it's more his absolute fear of the fact that people think he's gay.
Yeah. But anyway, so...
Anyway.
So anyway, that's kind of the short version, because that's pretty... the scene with the two gay guys, they're just going to change the text to basically make them, like, just goofy enthusiasts, probably drag them off to show them some stupid shit. We don't really know the exact content of it, but that's the one thing that we know got changed. And I think that's like the one thing they said they were going to change, and that's about it. Honestly, I don't
like Ryuji.
Huh?
On the basis that I don't really like Ryuji. To get like...
I like Ryuji.
Molested. I mean, he's just kind of every other version of this character we've seen in every Persona game.
He's okay,
you're not wrong.
I'm not going to go out of my way to save him from these people.
I'm just done with him at this. It's not anything against him, but it's like, yeah, this is the third iteration of this. I haven't got that much like joy in my heart to spread to that many people but who have that many similar qualities. And also, he's just a jackass. He's like, hey, we're the Phantom Thieves, you know. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Will you just shut the fuck up? The people we don't want to know about that are literally right around the corner.
You know who I would wish would shut the fuck up?
Who?
Morgana.
Yeah, everyone watches that. That's the one thing is, you know what would have been the perfect, what they would have done to like massively improve Persona 5? Delete Morgana.
Yes.
Hit the delete key.
Another supply tin.
Morgana on all the game files. I don't care if it ruins everything. Delete. That fucking cat's gone. Who cares?
Somewhere.
Yeah, the cat. Seriously, Morgana is like the worst character. But the reason I wanted to talk about it though is that people, aside from people freaking out over that edit that we don't really know what the whole thing is anyway. That, I mean, who cares? It's literally a minor thing, and fuck that scene anyway. But what I think is funny is that apparently people started panicking and spreading weird misinformation. Like, there was this fucking Photoshop of Kasumi where they drew like black on the leg, where they color like black on the legs, and like, look, they're censoring Kasumi's design, and people like this fucking like goofy ass false information that like one of my friends was freaking out over, and they're like, look what Reciteer is doing. It's like, who the fuck are they? Like, and then, like, they've changed some... what did they change? They just kind of rambled about shit that they didn't like, and I just was like, okay, what did they change? They're like, they changed Kasumi's design. They showed me that Photoshop, and I, like, looked into it, like, I literally Googled for, like, 2 seconds, and I was like, that's fake. That's fake, dude. That's fake. Nothing else has gotten That's fake, dude.
I mean, you think the weeb game crowd would realize their waifus are always safe.
Exactly. Come on. But yeah, I just thought that was really funny. But also, I just think it's funny that people were freaking out over something so fucking
that's the thing
stupid.
they changed, not the fucking end of Futaba's Confidant thing, where it's like, oh yeah, there's this girl whose like parents sold her or like fucking used her as a prostitute, but they said they're sorry, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like, no, that doesn't get changed. Fuck that. God, like, and the problem is that is like actually like really against like Western sensibilities.
Yeah,
like, that's the level of no, that just does not mesh well with the way.
You also have to think of how many people probably actually finished the game.
Not many.
Yeah, exactly. Like even like people that like are fans of it. Like think of how many of them actually like completed the game. They might know the basic story outline and like how it ends and everything like that, but actually completed the game or even. Hell, to be honest with you, even Futaba's support, let alone. That's. I said support instead of social link. I've been playing too many of these fucking games.
Like I have issues with Persona 5's like sort of story and general themes overall. But,
yeah,
like,
I think
we
even talked about it in the past.
But like that's the thing that's just like ooh. Yeah,
that's one that I would
do that.
Yeah, that one definitely I feel like should get changed. I think like the mother at least should be fucking going to prison.
Yeah, it's just
that's at the minimum. It should end with her being fucking cuffed and thrown in a jail cell. That's literally a minimum. By the way, also just so you know what I'm doing in the game, I'm doing the Rhino stealth section.
But no, it's fine as long as you say sorry. It's okay that you made your child a prostitute, I guess. Thanks, Persona 5. Real classy. Yeah, I'll give other like Persona 3 and 4 this. Even their scummiest S-links weren't like that.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking fucking Moon Boy in 3.
So I have a kind of a weird stance. So if you were to ask me who my favorite girl in the game is, it's probably Sai or Ouya. Like, if we're gonna go for who I think's attractive, but I don't think I would actually have my fucking, like, 16-year-old, like, date them, because it just feels weird.
I mean, if we're talking favorite girl, Kawakami, because she fucking...
Oh, Kawakami's fucking great!
No, she's great, and I'll tell you exactly why she's the best. Because she fucking eradicates the cat's Nazi-ish, like, stance on my bedtime.
Sometimes.
Yeah, you know what? That's
Sometimes
true.
She does, but she does it more than anyone else does, and therefore she's already best girl. She's best girl for that leaking cat. I am a teenager is living on his own. I don't need a cat to tell me when to go to bed.
You know, that's funny. That part didn't bother me. What really bugged me with Morgana was just the stuff I mentioned earlier. That and also the fact that his entire character is that being annoying and lusting after Anne. For the love of God, stop it for like 5 seconds.
It's Teddy 2.0.
It's Teddy. It's Teddy without the childhood innocence.
It's Teddy, but somehow even more annoying.
It's Teddy, but worse because he knows what he's doing. Where Teddy's just stupid.
Morgana only goes after Ann as opposed to all the girls. I mean, Morgana didn't ruin the festival. Of course, there wasn't the festival.
I like it too. He's lusting after the one who was literally in a abusive sexual relationship with a man who is like twice her age.
It's just I'm pretty sure they never actually make that relationship sexual. It was I mean, that's literally why she's like, why the whole thing with Shio happens, because she's like, no, I'm not gonna have sex with you. I don't care.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. It's been a while.
And then
My
he's
bad.
like, well, I'll just go have sex with that girl then. Problem
Like,
solved.
alright.
And like beat her half to death.
I have other girls.
It's okay. I have other options.
I'll just beat the volleyball girl half to death then.
I might break her, but
Oh well, these things happen. Accidents happen.
That's my exit.
Accidentally on purpose. But yeah, child abuse is never funny. Except when it is, though. I mean, sexual abuse, yeah, that's not funny, but like, kid getting hit in the face, that's pretty funny.
Side note, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is off topic, just onto the game. Onto Spider-Man. This is actually the Rhino stealth section is actually my favorite stealth section in this game.
Off the topic of child abuse, okay. see
I
what
mean,
it is.
not really. I'm a child running away from a giant man who wants to crush me to death.
It's someone's fetish.
Oh, I'm sure.
Actually, speaking of that, so I also got SSSS Gridman this week as well, because I like that show. It was the first Trigger mech show I liked.
that's a surprise.
Who knew Trigger could make a decent show?
I mean, it's a super.
They made a decent show. They made a decent show out of an old Toku series that nobody in Japan really cared about.
I mean,
Yeah.
And the American version is like nothing like. Well, I mean, it is a little bit like it, but still.
I never saw either, but I watched Gridman because I was like, hey, there's a lot. I'm seeing a lot of Brave series imagery in this.
I mean, it had Tim Curry in it for some reason.
The original did, not SSSS Gridman.
No. The Superhuman.
Also,
Samurai Cyber did.
apparently, allegedly, and this one I'm a bit dubious on, all the characters in SSSS Gridman are, at least color palette wise, based off of Shattered Glass characters.
Huh.
Apparently. I'm not
What?
100% sure I believe that, but...
By the way, I'll be fair. There are some stuff that Trigger has made that are decent. It's just more of like
No,
a lot.
that's why I specified mech shows.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Like I was being a smartass. I'll be honest with you, but like a lot of the big ones that people seem to lust over are the ones where I'm like, this one sucks. Why are you guys obsessed with this one? Like, you know, Kill la Kill.
Well, I've thought a lot about the Gurren Lagann thing, and I think it specifically is that it's people's first the sort of more obvious one is it's people's first experience with like those
Super
sort of-
robots.
Yeah, and it's like
I mean, I'll be fair. Like Gurren Lagann's not bad.
it's not bad, but I feel the problem with Gurren Lagann, and this applies to the three of us, is that by the time we got round to seeing Gurren Lagann, we'd already looked into all the other stuff that it's referencing.
It's stuff that we've been into for like years.
So all the spectacles, not that. So it's like, hey, look, that mech's got a giant drill hand. It's like, yeah, I remember Getter 2.
Work on my fight banner.
Yeah, it's that thing where like it's decent. It's just we've seen all of this stuff before, and where people were kind of and honestly, it could be the fault of us, like a fault of us with like listening to like the people hyping it up.
Yeah, I
Like-
accept there's also that element to it, but like I feel a lot of it is just all of the tricks it pulls are tricks we've already seen from like shows that sort of did it. It's like when you see when you see like the Astro Boy thing where they're like, no, but what if the scientist who tries to replace this star and realizes it's about in it? It's like, yeah, that was what Astro Boy did.
Like what was it? Or like for example, hell, actually, now say about I'm not gonna rip into Seed too much, but for a lot of people that was their first exposure to that kind of like intro to one of those kind of series.
Yeah.
So like it makes sense that they would enjoy it. Where like I had already seen the original. I had already seen. I didn't see it in full, but I already watched a good chunk before it got taken off the air of the original Gundam. So a lot of the tricks that it was pulling were stuff that I was more familiar with. And opinion-wise, yeah, I feel like the original Gundam pulled some of those, a lot of those off better. But
Seed is basically if you took the original Gundam and Wing and like just went all in on the stereotypes.
Do you know what it doesn't have though? It doesn't have that one episode where Amuro crash lands on an island and he hangs out with the dude with the
God damn it!
Nobody has that episode anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, there is
it's
an
like-
episode where Kira crashes on an island and
Yeah,
hangs out with
not,
the dude,
not
but it's
yeah.
not
Even if
that
you
guy.
buy the yeah, for the audience, there's an episode that Tomino fucking hates of the original Gundam. You cannot. You have to find it online because no official release has it.
Feels
Yes,
odd.
that includes if you were to buy the Blu-ray set right now. If you were to order that Blu-ray set right now on Amazon, you would not get that episode.
Well, it feels like super odd that's the case. It's not like. I mean, it's not a great episode. It's not a super memorable episode. The only reason I know about it is specifically because I was told, no, but it's been deleted though. And I was like, but I definitely saw it. I
And what's
didn't
funny
imagine
is it's deleted because of the Gundam Javelin, but the Gundam Javelin still shows up in like games and shit.
No, it was deleted because Tomino hates the director of the episode,
Oh, okay.
and also because like the animation is just really bad. Like even by Gundam, and I mean this is even by Gundam.
This is by standards of 78 Gundam, which by the way,
Yes, it's-
I love
it's-
78 Gundam, but usually when I recommend people if they're trying to get into it, I say watch the movie trilogy version. They improve some of the animation, but the animation is still lower budget.
The movie
even
has
for
the infamous scene where he pulls out his beam rifle and somehow shoots a missile instead.
Oh yeah, it does have that.
Because they reanimated it. They reanimated the he doesn't have the G armor anymore because they got rid of all that. So instead he just flies at the Big Zem and shoots at him with his rifle, but they didn't re-edit the part from the series where it gets hit by a missile fired by the G armor. So instead he just pulls out, for some reason it looks like his beam rifle shoots a barrage of missiles for some reason.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, but it is still probably the way I would recommend watching the original one.
Oh, you know, you can just watch Gundam Wing.
I like the one guy did a green text where like that's actually part of the story is that the Gundam is just this shape-shifting monstrosity that terrifies Zeon.
I mean, it kind of is.
I mean, remember that
It's-
time it was a ball?
It's like we shot at it, but its head shrunk several meters for some reason.
Oh, because of the animation mistake. Because
It's
it's constantly off model.
It's like I thought I was out of range, but for some reason its arms were suddenly 3 times as long as they were a second ago, and they grabbed me.
Yeah, there are so many animation errors in that. It's kind of funny.
Man, the Gundam, man.
It's like, it has its shield again, even though it clearly threw it away a second ago. How did that happen?
Like, it's really funny when you look at it next to Zeta, which Zeta is so much... The animation Zeta is so much better. I mean,
they had
mind you, it
money
actually had a budget.
I was gonna say they had money for when they were shooting Zeta.
Yeah, so it's just
I mean-
really funny, like, when you compare the two, considering it's a
Also,
direct
Zeta
sequel.
still, I mean, Zeta still has its usual like half-assed shots. It's just that like a lot of the good animation is really beautiful.
Like, but there are, but like the original Gundam is still really fun. I still really enjoy it. It's just, you know, it's fucking funny that there's stuff like that.
Oh yeah, in like slightly other news, the Sonic movie came out, and I mean, I've not seen it. I'm not gonna go and see it. But
I'm probably gonna see it when it comes out on.
I mean, the
home
best
release.
I've heard, the main thing I've heard is people say it's better than I expected, but I'm not entirely sure that's actually a compliment.
I heard it's actually pretty good.
And
A lot of people say it's good. They're like we were expecting it. I mean, a lot of people was like we were expecting it to be awful, and it was somehow pretty good. So
But the actually more important thing is it's made a lot of money.
it's made a lot of money. It
I
defeated
feel like-
Birds of Prey already.
Well, Birds of Prey defeated Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey's marketing defeated Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey defeats Birds of Prey.
People are like the marketing. The marketing for Birds of Prey makes it look like it's shooting for an audience that does not actually exist, of like girls and women that enjoy raunchy R-rated beat 'em ups, and I'm like, I don't think that audience is very high.
I mean, so, all I know is that they've decided to rename it Harley Quinn in a in a mad dash to try and get asses in seats to make some money off of it. And it's like,
Pretty much.
It's the issues are like we mentioned before. It's rated R, that hurts. The superhero fatigue, all that kind of shit. But I do think it's funny that a weird number of people who really like that movie are blaming Sonic.
Oh yeah, Sonic's fault. This movie bombed, even though the movie was literally bombing before Sonic even come out.
Yeah,
And it's like
they were blaming Sonic before the Sonic movie came out.
And Sonic cannot catch a break. I can't wait for. I mean, people say the movie's good, but it's going to be like every Sonic property, and it's good for when it comes out. And then like 2 weeks later, everyone's going to be like, no, but there's not been a good Sonic thing since.
Oh no. So people are you already have the usual people that just don't like Sonic doing it. Because you have there's like a whole like section of people of internet personality where their whole thing is Sonic bad, please laugh.
I mean, I just remember everyone like, man, Sonic Generations was a great game, and everyone really liked it. And then like a year later or something, everyone was like, man, there's been no good Sonic games yet since ever.
Well, like I just said, there's like a whole group where their whole personality is, wow, Sonic was never great.
Well, I don't even mean like specifically those people. I mean people who like at the time said, yes, Sonic Generations.
None of those people are the people saying that though. The people that said it was good do not do that. It's everyone else other than like Aaron Hansen, because Aaron Hansen's a fucking idiot.
I did start watching Game Grumps for a reason, and John Tron was only half that reason.
Yeah, the other half is Ego Raptor.
Yeah. But yeah. I just said I'm not really gonna. I mean, I might see when it comes out on DVD, or like home release or digital release.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get the DVD of it.
I don't.
But yeah, a lot of people that I know that are into Sonic have said it's actually a really good movie.
I know friends of mine have said. That
also, Gargan's already dead. I already knocked him out.
I mean,
that was quick.
Friends of mine have said that they like it, but said friends also have questionable opinions. So there's only like 2 people in the world whose opinions I trust on things.
All right, who are they?
I mean, it's my friend who both of you know, and myself. I trust.
Well, I mean,
I trust.
Okay, so just you and one guy.
Yeah.
All right, what have I done to mishandle
I was
your
gonna say,
trust?
I know it's not me because I recommended PS.
I'm just curious of what I did to mishandle your trust. I know what Sabo did.
Nah, I just don't. It's just I inherently don't trust people.
And I introduced him to Trails.
Yeah, no,
which he unexpectedly thought was one of the greatest things he'd ever seen.
Hey, I don't say your like what you like is trash like I do with other people. I just say, when you recommend me things, I'm like, I might give it a go, but I'm not good. But I'm going in but I'm not going in with any hype. There's my one friend who basically have like the same taste on basically everything. I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna like this. And then if like
that's fair. And
then if Past Me says something, I'm like, I like the cut of his jib.
By the way, the married couple's getting angry. We're gonna have to put them in a cage, and make them work out their differences.
Certain other people, with certain opinions.
I remember when Spider-Man was part of a married couple.
We're not allowed to have those. He's only allowed to be Tony Stark's protege now. And Tom Holland tell us that if Spider-Man could revive one person, he would revive Tony Stark.
Well, there's the bingo already.
Yeah, there you go. There's your bingo.
We did it.
Remember in the comics, he couldn't even be that for a while.
By the way, I'm not even kidding. That is actually what Tom Holland said. Just this morning, and I was like, really, Tom? I was gonna specifically not mention your Spider-Man. Did you have to open your mouth, Tom? Tom,
come on.
Tom, I was literally going to ignore it. I wasn't even going to talk about you. I haven't talked about you in a while. Tom!
It's not like he can revive Uncle Ben. He doesn't exist. He's just a ghost.
Oh no, he's not even that. He's letters on a bag of luggage that they put in like after the movie's production was probably done in post.
I mean, that's more than he got in
every other one of the MCU movies. In fact, as far as they're concerned, it's probably more than he deserves.
Oh well.
My favorite thing still is like whenever you do it, is people go, "What? Do you want the Uncle Ben storyline again?" It's like, it's not what I'm asking for, you twat.
Yeah, you said it right. I hate people when they say twat, and that's not how you say the word. I hate twat as a pronunciation because it just loses that that harshness to it. And it's like, if I'm gonna say something insulting, I want it to hit people a little. I don't want it to be like twat. Just sounds like a joke. I want it to be the harsh, angry twat. But yeah. I
But
really
yeah,
fucking hate
that's
people say it. Just,
but yeah, but yeah, that just drives me nuts whenever like the Tony Stark fanboys yell at me. I actively have gone more and more into just fucking hating Iron Man.
Speaking of things that like irk me, so I did the dangerous thing also this week, where I went back in on the deep diving Warhammer 40k lore.
Oh no.
Oh, I have such this weird relationship with 40k because it's like the stupidest, it's like the fucking dumbest thing, and the more you learn about it, the more it's just so fucking dumb. But it's also great because it's so dumb, and it probably has my favorite renditions of elves and dark elves. Because the elves are cunts, unapologetic cunts, and the dark elves aren't just like we took an elf right, we painted it black, and that made it a dark elf. It's like, oh no, the Dark Eldar are basically like super hedonistic murder rapists. That's
Oh
just
god
their
damn
thing.
it! I gotta play as
They're
MJ
just-
now.
Speaking of murder rapists, but yeah, that's just the Dark Eldar thing. They just, I mean, the Eldar literally, in lore-wise, had a super empire that spanned the whole galaxy, and then they fucked and murdered things so much and enjoyed it so much they made a chaos god that killed all of their race. Yeah, it's that level of fucking dumb, but it's great. But it's dumb. But it's so dumb.
So it's Broly.
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, it's a fucking franchise which operates off of the fact that they have a emperor who's very much was like, no, I'm not a god. I'm just going to walk around dressed in big gold armor that shines with this ethereal halo surrounding me, with a flaming sword, and reintroduce a whole bunch of religious terminology into the lexicon. But I'm not a god, though. Don't worship me as a god. And then he died, but not really, and they just put him on a throne, and then they worshipped him as a god, and now he's a skeleton on a throne that they need to sacrifice 1,000 psychics to every day to keep him from forever dying.
I'm sorry, now I'm just thinking of those fucking Emperor videos where they have like the text-to-speech thing.
Oh yeah, that's the inspiration behind the deep dive. Where it's like, I should rewatch the text-to-speech device. Wow, this series. Wow, how much what sounds like a joke in this series is true? Oh, fucking all of it. Okay, right, yeah, forgot about
It's
that.
me, the Great Horned Rat.
Yeah. I mean, that's fantasy Warhammer, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Skaven. You know what though? I kind of wish that I think I like really like the orcs in 40k.
Oh, orcs are fucking hilarious.
I love that they're just assholes, but like every race in 40k is assholes, but they're the most honest assholes. Because like they just like to fight. Everyone else is like.
Well, don't forget also they're like weird psionics where if they believe something, it's true.
I mean, everyone's that. It's just, orcs get away with it more because they're fucking orcs.
Good. We got it, guys. We got it. We got the thing that makes Mary Jane's stealth sections bearable.
I like how all of the fucking orc classifications is just something boy. It's like, okay, who's our tech guys? They're mech boys.
By the way, I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't forget that because of the way red makes you faster, that Xeon are in fact Warhammer orcs.
I like this thing.
Yeah. I mean,
green is also the best color. Most of their stuff is green.
That's the one problem with like Warhammer 40k though, is their mechs are fucking trash. It's like the only species in lore that uses like mech suits is the Tau, and they only use it to shoot people. It's like, why would you put a sword on that shit? You fucking cowards.
Do they punch
It
people?
reminds me of.
No,
it reminds me of
they just
what was
shoot you.
it?
They're cowards.
What was it when one of my friends was did a playthrough of what the fuck was that game with the aliens? This tactical game.
XCOM.
XCOM, yeah. So my brain was farting. He made every one of his friends into a character, and and he let them dictate what their character was. And I was there for like most of it, and I was like, okay, make me a robot man. He's like, okay, what weapons you want? Punch. You don't want the... Give me punch! And I would demand him have me run up and punch people all the time. And here's the kicker. I survived the entire game!
Maybe you were a space marine.
By the way, I was also like I also had him paint my armor bright blue and red.
This is it.
Oh no, you worse. You were an ultramarine. Ugh.
Norman and Sable.
But yeah,
Right on.
it's that kind of thing where the deeper in you go, you're like, wow, okay, so there's just this race there's this race that were like,
But-
hey, let's collect all this like magical
Useless.
godlike fart gas that's surrounding this sun and stuff it into this like invincible living metal body, okay, and then the like resultant god thing is like, hey, so I'm called the Deceiver, don't worry about it. What I'll do is I'll make you immortal. And it's like, okay, there's nothing suspicious. I'm sure this is fine. And it's like, yeah, he made them immortal by making them into basically Terminators that can't feel or think or do anything. That's fine. Always trust a guy called the Deceiver, I guess.
Well, yeah, obviously, just like you should always trust the
hiding
Decepticons
something.
in Sinestro.
They're not called.
gonna
Do you
find
think
it.
they're called the Decepticons because they're like deceptive or something?
Nah.
That's ridiculous. But yeah, 40k. It's like kind of the more you go into it, the more you're like, how is this so much this nonsense?
The fabulous
Why is it
Osborne
so much better than
boys.
fantasy?
But speaking of things that are dark, because I watched Muppets
is
Treasure
this
Island recently,
Yeah.
I've been kind
Schematics
of
for
into the Muppets
prototype
again, like a
combat
weirdo,
mask.
like the weirdo that I
Looks
am.
like it can reveal
And
strange
weaknesses.
I realized how fucking dark a lot of like early Muppets was.
I mean, it's Sesame Street's Big Brother.
Whoa, this mask is
It like
incredible.
there are a lot of like
Is it
just
just
like
like a
bits where
door
like
hidden in
Muppets
that
just get
wall?
fucking eaten or
I
killed.
wonder where it leads.
Mm.
Usually to the tune of music. Also, that was usually a running gag, was they would take music very literally. So they would like sing a song and then just take it literally as the joke. Like one of them was like was a rendition of "I've Got You Under My Skin." He literally is like trying to eat this
must be from
fucking
when Harry
Muppet.
left for Europe last year. Why was Norman so dramatic about a trip to Europe?
I told you, it's fucked up.
Jim Henson's a
See the
crazy man.
keypad behind the
Jim
fence?
Henson was a crazy man.
I
Norman
mean,
must
he
like
did make a whole
spy
bunch of
movies.
just
I
weird
need to find
shit.
the code for that
He
keypad.
did.
Did Jim Henson do Return to Oz?
I don't know if he did Return to Oz. He might have worked on it.
Well, that's what I'm wondering if he worked on it, because it's like there's a lot of weird shit in that one.
Yeah, I don't know if he did it. I know he worked on it.
I know he
though.
did Dark Crystal, which I've never seen, but every time I've seen images of it, it's
Doors are
like,
locked to
what the fuck is that
system
thing? That's
finishes.
hideous. It's so ugly.
Like, I know he did, like, Labyrinth. There was another one that he did. Oh, I gotta look at that thing, I guess. I'm in the part where I'm just in Osborne's fucking apartment.
His huge ass New York apartment.
Yes.
I'm so sick of these unrealistic New York apartments.
I know, right?
It's what always ruined
I
friends.
mean, to be fair, he does have a lot of money, so
Right behind
maybe.
the wall with a family portrait.
I mean, how can he have all that
Space
money?
unused
Because
in
they're
a
going to lose the
Manhattan
contract to
apartment.
Quest Aerospace in less than 2 weeks.
What?
You know, the scene in Spider-Man
MJ,
where they got to get back to formula.
Just ballooned. I think Norman's being
It's
moved.
been a while.
Worried they might spot
Back
me.
to formula.
I might have had
Yeah, he
something to
gets
do with
it.
that. Keep
I
your
haven't seen
distance.
the original
I should be
Spider-Man in a
okay for
good
now.
while. I need to watch it again at some point. But as I mentioned to these guys, I'm a little Spider-Man'd out at the moment. I'm actually probably going to. I guess this is for the audience now. I kind of decided after I'm done the main story of this that I'm going to take a good long break from anything Spider-Man related. Because I've been playing Spider-Man outside of playing Spider-Man, so I'm just a little Spider-Man'd out.
It's that thing I can never be.
So what I'm probably going to be doing after this is playing something stupid, Saints Row the Third.
But fair enough. Man,
It's a longer game. It's fun. It's stupid.
yeah,
I can just play it in the background while we talk.
yeah.
Looks like he used
Makes
Harry's
sense.
last
It's
day.
It's available on
Speaking
like
of-
every system.
That must be the day
Yeah.
Harry left for you.
Speaking of stupid, I started playing, and I do mean like really just started playing Yakuza 3, and so far I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
right away, the way that they pace their story is fucking weird.
Need to find that keypad code.
Mm.
Harry's last day.
Where they're constantly moving around in time,
Was-
but they start
Was it
off
July or
farther in.
August?
Well, it's also
The
just-
scene with writing off Kaoru was really bad.
Oh yeah, where it's just like, okay, I gotta go to a now I must go. My planet needs
Wants
me.
it untouched for when Harry
Basically, what
returns
happens.
By the way, the reason why that happened is for the audience. You guys probably already know this. So the reason why that happened was after Yakuza 2, the original head writer left, and a new one was put in charge, and he fucking hated Kaoru. Like, he really hated Kaoru. So he, like, right away, immediately did what he could just to get rid of her as soon as possible. I guess he didn't have the balls to shoot her, but he did that.
Hey, Dad.
And like, yeah, we'll meet again. Never do we see her again.
For the,
Kaoru never appears again, and is not even mentioned again.
Maybe she'll appear in Yakuza 7.
I wouldn't be surprised if the answer is no, she does not.
The answer's probably no, she does not, but you never know.
All because he was more interested, not the head writer, the original head writer, he left. This guy thought Yumi was more interesting. You know, the one who literally was a plot device, not a
Yeah,
character.
but she was dead though.
Yeah,
So it doesn't
she's
matter
dead.
If she's more or less in. Like,
I love you.
Wow. Haven't
Oh
heard
yeah,
from
yeah,
Harry
no,
in
no,
so
but like
long.
she's dead. But also, it's funny. It's even like the dialogue where you talk, where you get like the little bit of dialogue with for the graves, like like shows the writer's hand right away, where they have Kiryu still longing for Yumi, where he had gotten over that by that point.
I mean, she's dead though.
Yeah, but that was the new writer's waifu.
But you
Norman
can't
certainly likes to
bang
remind
a
guests
dead
of his
woman
status.
legally.
Well, yeah, so he just won't bang anyone ever again.
Wonder what
Let's just
was
get rid of
there.
Kaoru, because
Oh.
she was more work-related, even though she sacrificed her job at that one point because of the fact that she gave a shit about her family and her new boyfriend. But, we'll just throw that out the window, because the writer doesn't like Kaoru. Fuck him.
Actually, the real sort of going back to Sonic for briefly, the real question is actually has the movie actually actually made money though? Considering
Yes.
okay, just because I wasn't
It's,
sure.
right now,
thanks-
right now it's the top of the box office, too.
But it's locked.
I mean, what's it competing
Wonder where
against?
Norman
Not
keeps
Birds of
it.
Prey,
But,
that's for sure.
Yeah, Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey, and I think that might be it. But yeah, no, it's actually doing really well.
I mostly question just because obviously they had to like redo all of
I used to
the
be so
Sonic's
jealous of Harry's family.
like CGI, unless of course you
They were
believe the
so
conspiracy
happy.
theory.
At least compared to me and my dad.
I don't.
Maybe
And
it's
then we
true.
got sick.
Maybe it is true though.
Everything changed.
Maybe Sonic was the movie that they were going to try this fucking ballsy gamble on.
Maybe the globalists did it.
It's the globalist stuff. They're putting cute animals accessories into TF2 to control our brains.
Maybe it was
Funny how
those
Harry always wanted the
fucking
opposite.
space noids.
Nothing made him happier
Fucking
than watching
space noise.
cartoons
Fucking
on the
space
little
noise, I
TV
swear.
in Ray's kitchen.
You know what? Maybe we would have more sympathy for the space nodes if they weren't just massive assholes all the time.
And try and drop comets on the planet. Or sides.
It's like all they ever do is just be general douchebags. Not really
Maybe
sorry
maybe,
that
maybe he was the gangster
you got-
computer
Make
god
fun of him for
worldwide
calling
secret
her the
containment
prettiest mom at
policy.
Midtown, but you might have been right.
or maybe it was all just
I like how they call Harry's mom, who's dead, the prettiest mom, and I'm looking at her and she just looks like a Karen. The kind of girl who's gonna ask to speak to your manager.
I mean,
That's all I see is a Karen. I'm sorry. That's all I see there is a
Yeah.
Karen.
everyone thinks their dead mother is the prettiest mother who ever lived.
Norman and Otto.
It's
Wow.
just the polite thing, I
It looks
guess.
like they used to be so close.
I mean,
Do
you're
you
not
have a
going to
dead
say to a
mother that
guy,
you think that?
You're going to say to a
Friendship
person,
like this.
I mean, it sucks your mum's dead, but she was a real uggo though, right? Boy, who
Yeah,
let the
your
dogs
mom's
out
dead,
on
but
that- yeah, who let the dogs out on that
Norman's
one?
bathroom is bigger than my entire apartment.
It's like it's just not.
Now I feel sad.
It's not the
Ugh,
polite thing to do,
Norman
at
would
least.
have a pool. New York is about
Or is it?
subway rats and street
No,
pizza.
no, it's not.
Not sunbathing and umbrella drinks.
But yeah, fucking space knights though.
Fuck the space
They're
nodes.
just- But as I said, maybe you'd have more sympathy if they weren't just all massive assholes.
And, blowing up the planet, blowing up big chunks of the planet every other day.
Name a space noid who's not an arsehole. Go on, I'll wait.
I'm actually trying to think right now.
Amuro?
Loran?
No, Amuro was born on Earth.
Oh.
Yeah, he was. What about Loran from Turn A? Does he count?
He's from the moon.
So, yeah, he's Spacenoid then. You stopped yourself right there, I saw! He's like, commit. Wait.
Shit, who did it? Who caused all of this? Fucking
Judo?
Harry's mom plans
Judo
to
was
put
an
them on
asshole. He
the
stole the fucking Zeta at the start.
Norman has made a point of caring
He tried
for
to
Judo was an
scrap his
asshole.
parts.
Judo was an asshole, but he's our asshole.
He's a like.
Judo's
he's,
one. Judo's like one generic friend, the one who didn't constantly steal stuff from them.
Sorry, I'm a little.
I don't even remember his name, but I know he wasn't an asshole.
Wait, you mean like the real short kid? Because I was
I
gonna.
miss you, Em.
No, the other guy.
Especially today.
What the ginger kid?
I put.
Yeah, him.
He fucking ran off to join Xeon for like a.
No, not those two. There was a third guy.
Wait, what about... Wait, what about Sayla?
I promise.
Well, she did fuck off,
27 was
To be fair,
to save you.
and
she
she
had to deal with
allowed
Amuro, and
Beltachika-
she fucked off to go away from Shar
Yeah,
and
but by her
Amuro.
leaving, she did allow Beltachika to exist. So there is a
That's
market.
true.
For when he
Yeah.
gets back.
I mean, that's not her fault that Amuro then shacked up with a fucking thought. That's not her fault.
No, you keep it safe.
In fact, that's
That-
Amuro's fault, because that made her
Carry
leave. Because
away.
him being a piece of shit made her leave.
I thought she left because
thought
the
he went to
voice
Europe on
actress
his own.
was unavailable to record.
We're
live.
just talking. Oh, we're just talking about in the story.
Oh,
We're not talking.
I thought in the
about
story
like
she left because she was sad about Shah being, an asshole. Generally,
that. I don't think they. I don't know if they ever explained it.
no, she's
To be honest.
she's just not there because the voice actress wasn't available or was in a feud. I don't know the story.
No,
We never
apparently
will.
apparently the story is that while she was unavailable, another part of it was that Bandai pretty much wanted Amuro to be the James Bond and have like a different girl on every show.
This is kind of cute. Norman keeps
Which
all
is why he
Understandable.
goes from
buttons from
Sayla
his
to
races.
Beltorchika
There's
to
one for school board,
Chan.
and he's left room for more.
That really
Any
memorable
besides Hal,
character,
Norman?
Which character?
which is the yeah, who
Wait,
dies.
you were cutting out. That's why I couldn't hear you. Which character?
Chan from
Chan,
CCA.
his
Oh,
love
I
interest in the
legit-
movie.
you know,
who
I'm not even
did
trying to be
very well.
funny. I can't remember her. I'm not even trying to be funny right now.
She died. She's the one who dies.
I mean, everyone dies
She's
in Char's counterattack except
she's
Bright.
she's the one who dies because because she shoots
She's the one that Hathaway kills.
yeah, she shoots not 4 and kills or not not 4 and kills her, and then Hathaway kills her, and then that just further establishes that Hathaway is fucking space Hitler 2.0, and he should have died in Zeta. Why didn't he
She-
fucking die in Zeta?
She
I
also
hate
somehow
Yes.
Hathaway didn't exist. Was Hathaway in Zeta?
Yes, Hathaway is 100% in Zeta because he's part of the reason why the alliance with Haman Khan fails. Because he pilots the thing that merges with the Mark II to become the Super Gundam.
No, that's Cats.
Oh, you're right. Shit, it is. You're right.
And Cats dies. So
Wait, does Cats die?
yes, he dies because he crashes into an asteroid.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah. Good. All right, as long as
Because
he
he
dies.
sucks.
Hathaway is also trash, though. And thank God, Hathaway's Flash will never be animated.
Yeah, thank God. Oh wait.
Oh.
State
Why?
of emergency, but Norman still
It's the
manages
only thing
to
they
get
had
his
left.
laundry and cleaning done for him.
Just do something else.
I'm desperately trying to find this fucking keypad code.
Keypad code. I think it's like behind the picture of the mother.
But yes, Chen destroys one of the strongest mobile armors in Char's counterattack in the worst mobile suit that is half destroyed with one missile.
I mean,
I'm not quite sure how she pulled that off, but she did.
Psycho
And then,
Psycho Frames Nanomachine Son.
Psycho
and then
Frame.
Cats
New
shoots her.
type powers.
Nanites.
Hathaway does. Man, even you're confused now. Which terrible person was it?
Core.
Was
don't
it
know, they're
Shah?
all the same.
Harry's room.
Yeah, they are
No,
all
it
the
wasn't
same.
sure.
Might have been Shah.
No, Char just sent her off to die without
Was
really
it
caring.
Come Shar
Was it
away.
full
Come
frontal?
Shar
Do
away.
you think Full Frontal did it? He might have done it.
What? This can't be for Harry, can it?
Full front.
Man, what an unfortunate name.
Harry's
They had to know.
His last
about-
entry is
Like,
March
they
Yeah,
had
we-
to know.
2018.
It's like, yeah, we didn't know that
That
was a
must be
name
the
for
code to that
pornography.
place.
Honest.
Pornography starring your mother.
It's like how that one guy kept putting like status critical in all of his animes, and he's like, I didn't know. What that was just an honest.
What was it? They were originally gonna.
translation error.
Remember they at one point one of the old Sonic stages was gonna be called Genocide City because they thought genocide sounded cool and they didn't know what the fuck it meant.
Yeah, I mean they do that a lot in Japan. They're like, yeah, genocide. That's a cool word that means lots of destruction, and they're like, no, it's a cool word. It's not a cool word. If you declare anything genocide, it means you need an
He's headed to the
automatic
lab with that
UN
now.
intervention.
Can you follow?
Not without alerting him.
Well,
Somebody spiked Sable's coffee today.
unless you're
From there, set up
one of our
double secret
allies
probation
committing the
alert.
genocide, then it's
Okay, then
okay.
stay ready. I've
Well,
almost
they
got
just
the
won't call it
location.
genocide. They'll use every term they can think of that isn't
Yeah.
genocide.
Yeah. No, what they're doing in East Timor is not genocide. It's just aggressive negotiations. You can't negotiate with people if they're dead.
CQC. I'm using CQC on people now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you just meant.
I finally got through. Yeah,
I thought
now
you just meant like you were going to use CQC. I was like, as like a euphemism for genocide. And it's like, well, I guess you could. I'm going to stop you,
Nanomachine, son.
man. So this is a YouTube channel I watch that does things on movies, and they did a thing about Team America. And I like how the story basically goes that Matt Stone and Trey Parker saw Thunderbirds and like, ha, that's so bad, we could do that, and then they couldn't. Or they could, but it took them like fucking ages and cost and all this money and time and effort.
It was ridiculously expensive and hard to do.
It's like, well, maybe you shouldn't shit on Jerry Anderson.
Exactly.
Man, just makes me nostalgic for Thunderbirds, which it shouldn't, because Thunderbirds is like Thunderbirds is super old even for me. But unfortunately, there's a large age gap between me and my siblings, so.
Yeah, I'll give them credit though. For once, they actually committed to something that was hard to do. Usually, they give up.
But it did. Well, I mean, we say committed. It did all basically mean the end of their feature film career.
Yeah, like they never wanted to do it again after that.
Yeah, basically, like all their like.
That's what I mean. It's like that they got further than normally they would with a fucking bit idea.
I think the problem is once you've actually got like a studio back and you've got money, it's like real hard to sort of pack it in and go well. And it's not like any like with a movie with like actors and stuff where you can sort of half-ass it. You know.
I died. I got greedy on my stealth takedown.
You died? How could Spider-Man die?
No, Mary Jane.
No,
died.
it's Mary Jane.
She does not
How
have.
could Spider-Man die?
He doesn't have like fucking soldier genes. Okay, perfect soldier genes.
What?
That's what the genome soldiers had. So the big
Oh,
boss's perfect
fuck,
soldier
I was-
genes.
I got confused because I was like, "What the fuck are you talking?" Oh, it's like, "Oh yeah, Metal Gear, duh."
Metal Gear.
perfect soldier genes. Remember?
It's like
You know, it's funny failing on that spot because I failed it when I first played the game.
it's like how Metal
It,
Gear Solid
just
4 does
deletes.
a great
Hold on,
job
hold on.
of trimming the fat.
Hold on.
Oh, God.
God damn it. I was trying to. What I was gonna make fun of for part of the design here was so when I went into the room, there was randomly like a third guy, and that's how I got caught. And this happened both times. And then where they spawn me for my checkpoint, they just delete one of the three guys, so there's only two guys in the room. I wonder if that's a massive bug.
What are these things?
It might just be a
Prototype
semi-random.
hand
It might just be the third guy is semi-random.
Or, you know, that they delete them if you fail.
Maybe. We'll never know unless we lab it out, and I can't be asked to go.
I'm not gonna fucking do that for a fucking Mary Jane section. Fuck that noise. I don't even like this version of the character.
But yeah,
Spiders.
maybe if she had perfect
Is
soldier
Norman
genes,
trying
this
to
would be fine,
reverse
but she
engineer
doesn't.
Peter's abilities?
That's why she can't, like, choke people
She
out.
just has Levi's.
It's true.
Bioelectrokinesis.
And she can't choke people out because she can't do actual CQC.
What the hell is
Same.
he trying to create?
punished MJ.
Some strong, independent woman. She can't even choke out a bitch.
Unfortunately, unlike Punished Snake, she opens her goddamn mouth. Oof. I feel bad about that one.
I don't.
Yeah. I don't feel bad about anything I say. Because I just disassociate it. It's like, no, I didn't say that. Past Train said that. Easy, you can just blame it on past me or future me.
I will say to the audience,
you bring to us, you don't feel bad for those.
Well, no, past me, mate.
One thing I will say with MJ, so yeah, like we were saying, she does get better, but because of the stuff she did, even when I'm playing the DLC, I'm kind of like wincing at her. No, whenever she does literally anything. Like, I don't trust this character.
I mean,
Norman
you don't have to
wins the
trust
fancy
her.
map contest.
Just in the as Norman Osborn says, do what you need to and brimmer fast.
Sable troop deployment. I bet I can find the Devil's Breath
I feel
lab
like we
for
can
this.
all live our lives by
It must be an
words
Oscorp
of wisdom
property with
from
a ton of
the Green
Sable
Goblin.
protection, frequented by Dr. Michaels. A records facility could be perfect cover for the Devil's Breath lab.
Yeah, I'll just let that sink in.
So the Metal Gear Solid 4 thing outright broke, my friends.
Oh, the whole Trims the Fat thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
It completely destroyed Cave. He was like, I haven't even played Metal Gear and I know that's wrong.
I mean, to be fair, Sam tried to quantify that with, oh, it trims the fat of the gameplay from 3. And it's like, but it doesn't though, because the gun system's stupider than it's like real fucking obnoxious and time consuming. But yeah, it was that was one of the big things. I did to fucking tell you the main wrong opinion that came out of that podcast, of this year's podcast, right? It didn't even come from Sam. Oh, I think I have told it. It's the one
Is there
about.
another wrong opinion?
Yeah, it was the one where my friend Josh was like, the worst part of Return of the Jedi was when Darth Vader turned to the good side. And it's like, that's literally the entire point of the fucking movie, you troglodyte.
I thought you were going to say, but he doesn't turn to the good side, he just kills Palpatine.
Good old Alpha Team.
No. I mean, no, my friend was like, no, that's the worst part of the whole franchise. And it's like, what? But it's literally what the whole thing's building towards. I feel like, I don't know.
You know what's fun? I just realized in this episode, I played very little of actually being Spider-Man. I was Miles in MJ more than
We
Spider-Man.
talk very little about Spider-Man. It's fine.
It's just funny. Like, for a Spider-Man playthrough, I sure played very little of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, call it like Mary Jane and Miles Morales Part 12 or whatever part we're on to now.
The Mary Jane and Miles show.
Yeah.
M&M's.
I know what Mary Jane would have needed to get through that section better.
Bangs.
Shotgun. You're right, Mongoose Blood, because then she could have been so fast, they wouldn't have been able to detect her.
Now I'm
Goose
just
blood or a good zone defense.
now I'm just imagining her running at super speed with like that really janky super speed where it's clearly just like changed a slight variable on the the game engine kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like that real janky super speed. Actually, I'm curious, since you mentioned all your friends losing it to that. Did you bother to tell your friends about the wizard and recale them?
No.
I showed them the video.
Oh, them. Okay.
I showed them the
his
video,
friends,
and they were like, "That's both horrible and great. Who made that?" And I was like, "I did. I participated in that."
Sorry, it's now just like the fucking me. Dan's there, and it's Dan and saying, "I made this. You made this. I made this."
It's like, yeah, I made this. Wait, but Dan's the one who was in the editing room and recorded
you made
it.
This, I made this.
The funny thing is, in that clip, there's like, I don't think Sabo talks at all. I think he says like one
I
line.
talked briefly in the middle. Well, I said I corrected myself. I'm like, I made this, and they're like, what? And I'm like, well, I mean, I participated in making this.
You really did do the. You made this. I made this.
You made this. I made this.
We have a breach.
I can't believe Sabo. Sabo is one of those people who like downloads like a piece of art that someone draws on Twitter, and then he like fucking posts it as if it's his own.
No. Sabo's the kind of guy who uploads an entire movie and then puts in the description, no copyright infringement intended.
This would be like if I drew one line of that picture and then claimed it as my own.
Keep the motor running.
Yeah. And
Or you were in the room with the artist when they drew it.
I did participate in the conversation that created that meme. I just didn't actually edit it myself.
That fucking scene. Though I am happy with how that fucking edit came out.
I'm always happy with when the stupid dumb shit I inexplicably find just brings enjoyment to people, so we can all laugh at the suffering and ineptitude of others. It's like that's the real reason I can never let Mirakura or Carbomia go. It's just far too easy to get a laugh out of people. It's just like, hey, how about this thing from this thing you've probably heard of?
Where's the Mirakura?
Yeah, I mean, it's like
where's the car? Is the Mirakura? It's in Carbomia.
It's like you can tell people like the stupid shit, like the real sort of weird things with Persona 5, and it's like S-links, but no, I don't gonna get that.
You have failed this universe.
Yeah. But yeah.
You know, I like how when they're chasing MJ there, none of them remember they have guns and just shoot her.
Well, you see, you see, Dan, it's New York, right? So they're not allowed to use regular guns. They have to use laser guns, but they didn't bring the laser guns. So
no, they have them right there.
No, all they're actually allowed to do is to stand there and make gun noises.
Oh, that's
in fact, like
point with their invisible.
Well, she
guns.
shot the glass to get through, but then like didn't shoot MJ. To be fair, MJ jumped off a roof, but you know that's besides the point.
No one ever accused Silver Sable. No one ever said Silver Sable was good at her job.
Stay back or we'll shoot you with our invisible guns.
Like, her entire shtick is that she's a mercenary who's like, forever, man, Spider-Man, I'm in conflict with you, I'm gonna get you, and Spider-Man's like, the person you're working for is an asshole. Oh yeah, you're right, I guess I never thought about that. Anyway, thanks, bye.
You know, maybe I should look into the people who employ me. Nah.
This just keeps happening, and I don't understand why. Meanwhile, Dr. Doom's like trying to hire Luke Cage in order to track down robots disguised as black people again.
I want you to find the robots, but I will totally pay you $5.
I realized that the only way to find black people was with more black people.
Now I'll pay you $5. Haha, and then I won't pay you $5.
Little do you know that Doom doesn't pay for anything. Doom's a fucking cheapskate.
Let Miles and me look after these.
He really is.
Which,
You find Norman.
of all the things you would ascribe to Dr. Doom, being cheap is not one of them.
Apparently it is.
Apparently he's a fucking cheapskate.
Doom will not pay for this! Doom doesn't tip his waiters.
You know what? I choose to believe that the reason he hates Reed Richards is not because of the explosion, it's because Reed Richards didn't chip in and pay his fair share for lunch. Reed was like,
No,
sorry,
no, you know what it was? You know what it was? It was Reed Richards didn't pay for his lunch. Pay for my lunch, Richards! I forgot my wallet! No, Victor, I saw your wallet. It's right there. No, I don't have my money, Richards! Please, pay for my... Victor, I saw you. You had it when you came in. I saw the wallet. You fucking ingrate! How dare you make Victor Von Doom pay! You'll pay for this, Richards! You'll pay for stealing my money! I didn't steal your money, you idiot! You're supposed to pay for stuff! Doom pays only when Doom says he'll pay! And Doom never pays!
I mean, it's a stronger motivation than Doom's had in basically anything else. Except that one comic where he and Doctor Strange teamed up to save his mother from hell. But you know, that was a cool comic. Can't have those.
Okay.
We don't talk about cool comics on this!
No, we don't do that. That's too fun. We only talk about hatred and misery.
Yeah, actually, somewhat speaking of that. Was it you who I told about Alan Moore as a crazy person you didn't quite believe me?
It might have been,
No,
actually.
it was
I think
like,
it was
yeah, he does
recording.
he prays to a snake god.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
actually recording.
Yeah, okay, good. I was mostly thinking about it. It's like it feels real odd to think about how like Alan Moore created he's like well known for these like massive deconstructive story things like Watchmen and shit and V for Vendetta, and it's like yeah, but he fucking loves Superman though. Like, no, he legit.
Yeah,
he
you
legitimately
can
does.
you can like Superman and not be stupid. I had oh that reminds me cause I got someone mad because I was like yeah Injustice's story only is bad and they were because it's literally like it only works by having the characters not act like themselves completely. And they're like yeah but it's an Elseworld. I'm like yeah but it's supposed to be like the regular continuity but one thing changes and thus all this happens. And I was like, you should read Red Sun. It's actually like a good flip on it. And they refuse to read Red Sun because they make him a communist, and that's literally it.
I mean, he's not even really a communist. He's it's complicated. What he is.
Yeah, I know it is complicated.
Also, what's so bad? Also, I mean, wait, why would he not read
He was
it?
a communist, though. As ready as they come.
Yeah, but like
Like a big, juicy steak.
yeah, but like I don't understand that logic. Oh, they're making him a communist. But if you want an evil Superman story, wouldn't you also want him to be communist? Or are you secretly communist? And you don't want?
I think. Hold on, let me actually pull it up and I'll read it. This will be the last thing we do because the next part is the cathedral, and I think that's like right after the cathedral is like the wrap up of this story. So, and we're like over an hour in, so let me pull it up. I gotta get it from my phone. Give me a second, because I do not want to open up my web browser while I'm recording.
That would be bad.
Let me get this. Oh, yeah, let me read the whole thing. Okay, there's okay, so here's the part after I said, you said after I said, like, yeah, this doesn't make, how, like, that doesn't work because it's still using the continuity. You should read this because it's actually, like, a good take on it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it says, and that's where you sum up the story. We both know the writers wants to add, by the way, I'm reading it as they wrote it, wants to add more flames to the fire to juice the stories a little bit more, to change each character's backgrounds, but they didn't, though. They didn't change the characters' backgrounds, though.
But they didn't explain anything. It was literally just, oh, by the way, and now Hal Jordan's the Yellow Lantern.
It's literally the same continuity, but Joker managed to get the bomb off and drug Superman. That's literally it. If you don't know how DC works, then this is basically DC in the nutshell.
I mean,
I had to correct in because that's how you would say it. He says in the nutshell.
nutshell.
They make a lot of their own different versions of each character, which is very annoying to do for like a 1 and then a bunch of zeros X. B, I wouldn't read it anyways. Do an alternate reality of Superman being Russian and all that, which I am not bothered to read.
Are you talking like a robot?
Because that's how he wrote it!
Really?
Yeah, I'm reading it how he wrote it. I will put it, if I remember, I'll fucking screen cap it and put it on the screen right here.
Something I don't.
Just so people believe me. I'll fucking take out his name. I'll take out his name for all 2 people that watch this.
I mean,
it's fucking insane.
Nicer than I'd be.
I mean, yeah, it is nicer than you'd be.
I'd like.
Not hard to be nice.
I don't have a smart remark to add to that. I just know that it's nicer than you would be.
I'd like, find his address and dox him. Smart.
Like, Jesus Christ, like, what the fuck? But, like, again, though, like, it's still the issue. It's like, so if it was its complete own continuity, you could get away with a lot more, but when you want to be lazy and you're like, it's the same continuity, but these 2 things changed and that's it, it doesn't work.
Yeah. It's...
Like, if it was completely its own thing, like, say, Red Sun, you can... And Red Sun still, even with what it changes, it gets the source material that it's working with. It knows what it's working with, it knows what it's trying to subvert, what it's trying to do to make this work. Where, Injustice is literally written by a guy who, as he's doing the series, learns about different things that are in the comics, and then adds them because he knows they're a thing now. Like the yellow kryptonite. That just suddenly appears in Injustice 2. Batman didn't use it until Injustice 2. Not because fucking Ed Boon didn't know it was a thing until after Injustice 1. Yellow kryptonite's old as shit.
I mean, there's a lot of bigger discussion we had about Red Sun, but it's probably going to take too long for this, so I just...
Yeah, too long for a wrap-up.
This sounds real fucking... I don't know. This sounds real dumb, but, These things happen. People are dumb.
Oh yeah, no, it is. It's just really funny when it's like, but it's different though. But they didn't make it different. They literally didn't make it different. Didn't. They just didn't. You can't tell me it's different and look me in the eye and say, but it's a different continuity when they had it be play out the same as the original one, but changed one thing. And it's one thing later in Superman's career, not even like something early on, to where you could argue, oh, well, this obviously influenced X, and that's why Y happens.
President.
Just fucking people are dumb. The moral of the story is people are stupid. That's the moral of the story. Anyway, that'll do it for Spider-Man. Yeah, he's in this game too, by the way. He's right here. Say hi to Spider-Man. He wasn't here very much today.
Died as he...
And when you say hi to him, make sure you say bye to him. Say goodbye to Spider-Man, everybody. You two say goodbye to Spider-Man.
No.
Oh.
No.
Listen, he's dead and resting. We need to say goodbye to him to send him his goodbyes, or his spirit will linger on and haunt us and talk about Mr. Stark.
Yeah, I'm gonna be fine with it. You know what? It would give me more things to be angry about, and I do desperately need that, so I'm okay with this. Look, look, if I'm gonna... Look. I work on the basis that people only like me if I dislike things. So I need to keep the fire. I need to keep fueling this fire of my incandescent hatred.
You've become an internet critic.
Unfortunately,
I didn't know you were I hate everything.
No, I hate everything. Doesn't hate everything. He likes The Last Jedi, and therefore his title is wrong.
Okay. If he likes Last Jedi, then it's official. He's a fucking contrarian. I'm just gonna say that.
But you know,
He's just a contrarian.
But yeah.
I am a contrarian should be his fucking name.
definitely shouldn't be. I hate everything. But yes, anyway.
Alright, well, goodbye, everybody.